Welcome to episode number 14 of the GrowthArtic show. Today all about personal finance for entrepreneurs and how it's different from the normal good old personal finance advice we get out there, like have a budget, don't drink latte macchiato at Starbucks, and I don't know. Invest in retirement planning. Yeah, that's not what we are going to talk about today. Maybe some of it, let's see. I'm curious. It's a topic where both of us, we say like, we're not professionals, yeah? No. We're not giving financial advice, and we both have good and bad experience with personal finance, right. Yeah? Once we reach this topic of taxes, we will probably
I wanted to look up before, I forgot.
To share some fuck-ups.
The English translation for Steuerprüfung.
So maybe this is the continuation of the tech fuck-up episode from last time. We're talking about our personal finance fuck-ups.
Okay.
How do we get into this, man?
Yeah. So money is important. I would say everybody of us is working because we need to get some money, right?
Yep.
So there's always this dream of, do what you want and just work because you have fun. I think we both have a job we really love to do.
Yes.
But in the end, we have to earn money.
Took some time.
It took some time. It took some time, right? Yeah, it took some time. That's right. So I always did what I love, but I would say for 1.5 being building my own company now, it's really, it makes me even more smiling than before.
Yeah,
because I can decide everything by myself. On the one hand, on the other hand, you have to decide everything by yourself, and for the money purpose as well. So in my former job, it was like doing a good job, and the end of the month, you're getting your money, and that's it. So I had a bonus in the end of the year, so if you do more than expected, then you get some more money maybe.
But only some people get a bonus. But most people, they get their salary, and you need to make do with that. You need to, your taxes are immediately paid. Yeah,
they are paid already.
And you get some money
you really get.
You can spend all the money you actually get. That's not the case for entrepreneurs. Yeah,
that's it. So.
And we are already like 10 years at least into this journey. And I remember the time when I was a psychology student, and I didn't get in Germany what's called like BAföG. It's called like student aid. You get like 600 to 700 euros per month. I didn't get it because I was a former Air Force officer and had spent some time studying computer science there. So that was an reason to be excluded from that. So I needed to spend really little money. I already moved out from my parents at 18. And so I figured out and was really proud that I did not need more than 700 euro per month as a student, having my own apartment, paying my own health insurance, needing to live and doing all of that. That was great times living on 700 euros per month, and I envy everybody who's at the beginning of the journey, not making much money, but also not needing much money, right? Like, what happened since then? I'm factor 10 off.
Yeah. So I started my studies, and I used to play soccer. I got money for playing soccer, so that was what I paid my rent with. And
how much does one earn like as an amateur soccer player? Because usually you think in millions.
No, I'm just an average player in the Landesliga.
I don't know how much money one earns there.
I got 500, 600 a month.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, like student money. Yeah,
but student money, but for playing soccer, so it was really great.
That was cool. Yeah.
That was really cool. And then I did some programming stuff to learn programming for customers and some. So I would say my study time was the time where from the feeling here, I had the most money ever, because you don't need, that's exactly this point, burn rate. I think now we find the introduction maybe.
Yeah.
It was, maybe I had 1,000 or 1,100, 1,200 a month. my rent was, I've used to live in a WG.
Yeah.
So in a shared, what is it? Shared living?
Shared apartment, yeah.
Shared apartment with my friends. It costs 100 euros a month. So,
imagine that.
So what you need, you're eating in the Mensa in the university. It costs 250. You drink 10 beer. It costs a day. It costs 10 euros. And so you have so much money. It's unbelievable for me in my studies, because I was working and doing my stuff. And then you start working. You're getting a girlfriend. You're living together. You're increasing your life standards.
Yep.
You want to go to a real holiday now, not just with a backpack as a single.
You want to have an own car. You want to have 2 cars.
Yeah, that's what I would say for both of us happened the last 10 to 12 years. You're increasing your salary because you're doing a good job, obviously, but you're increasing your life standards. You need more and more and more, and your flat is. You're growing out of your first flat, you're coming to the second flat where you have a terrace.
Then you move, that costs another 5k now.
And everything is full of stuff. I hate this. Our basement, so we have a small thing in our basement, you can't open the door anymore because it's full of things. Then you start getting children. So we have one.
And then it's game over.
And then it's game over. You need
it's game over.
Or you think you need so many stuff. You're buying and buying and buying. And it's not investing. So we don't talk about this difference maybe today, but it's not investing in something for getting something money back. You're just buying and buying and buying. So and that's increasing your...
I call that lifestyle addiction.
Yeah.
I recommend everybody to start early and not to get into a job at a big consultancy, for example, like with the psychology students, was popular to go to Booz and Company, McKinsey. You get your 100, 150k salary, and you're fucked for the rest of your life.
Salary against time.
You are used to driving your Audi S5. You're living out of a hotel room. Going back in lifestyle is so much harder than slowly increasing it. So I always was very conscious about managing what I want. Yeah, I have a much harder time managing what my wife wants, than what I myself want. But I have come down to say, like, for my personal burn rate, I want a few good things. Yeah, I want a cool car. I want an office. But I, for example, do not invest in clothing, for example. Yeah, I try to have one basic style that I just repeat with good, non-cheap, but repeatable clothing, not to invest in the stuff that goes away like after a couple of months or that are trendy or anything. And this is how I try to manage my burn rate. And I think like this is the thing I would recommend the most, being really conscious about your business burn rate. How much money is your business spending, and then your personal burn rate that comes through your salary. If you are paying yourself a salary, or if you do it like I just write invoices to my own company, but I have a fixed limit per month, and I agree to that. There is never coming any more money out of my company beyond this already insane point. But just to keep sane. Otherwise, it just goes up and up and up and up and up, and you're spending all of the money of the company. Yeah.
So maybe from burn rate to salary, my story is, so in my former job, I would say I had a really, really good salary. And if I started my own business, so exactly what you said, coming from this, what you said, addiction to?
Lifestyle addiction.
Lifestyle addiction from this point, as a family, right? Not just for myself.
Yeah.
From this point to say, okay, I start with zero now. That was my decision 1.5 years ago. I'm still really proud of. My goal was for the first year to come back to the point that I get the same salary like I had before. But I started with zero. And that was my goal for the first year, and I made it. And from this point on, maybe that could be just an idea for others. From this point on, I said, okay, I pay out my salary I had before to give my family the life standard we had before.
Yeah.
If I earn more a month, or if I earn less a month, I still pay the same salary like before.
Yes.
And the rest, next topic maybe.
Yeah.
The rest is savings or
investments.
Or investments.
Yeah, like getting people in your company to help you with tasks
Whatever
that are not as valuable as
Yeah.
your current time. Salary, like if you pay your own salary, that is to me the biggest difference in personal finance compared to like normal employees.
Mhm.
Yeah. We both said before, it's so much easier for us to earn 2,000 euros more per month than to save 2,000 euros of our current expenses.
Mhm.
Like incredibly easier. So you always have to make the decision, do you want to go on this budget spree, which is of course healthy to have a budget and to limit your ever growing needs. Yeah, that is not good for a person in general, I think, to limit that to a certain level, but it is so much easier to earn more money. Yeah.
So what you're saying is maybe you need 2,000 euros more next month for whatever reason, because you have to buy a new washing machine.
Yes.
Or whatever it is. Yeah.
I want to see that washing machine, but yes.
2,000 brutto means 1,000 netto, so then it's a good washing machine, but it's possible, right?
We'll get to that part.
And but maybe it's, what I would say, that's not something for entrepreneurs. Maybe that's a specialty for our own business models, because we are coaches. Both of us are coaches, so we are not just doing an app or something. If you're just doing an app,
but it's the same with e-commerce. You just need to work harder on your campaigns, for example.
It sounds easy. If you come to a point, it sounds easy for us to say, okay, if you have a business model like just e-commerce, to earn 2,000 more next month, if it would be that easy, then you would do it every month. Or I would recommend to do it every month.
Yes,
but I would say in the coaching business,
it's easier.
That's really
easy. Yeah.
That's easier. Not easy,
like
but that's easier.
Let's say like in sales-based businesses with short sales cycles. Yeah, with B2C, of course, you should do it anyways, but you just need to hustle a little bit harder. Yeah. And to me, I always prefer the hustle over the deprivation. Yeah.
Me too.
To some point. Yeah. And again, picking up the topic of saving. Which I'm not super good at. Yeah.
I'm living on the edge my whole life.
This is to me, it's insane. Like, considering all the money I've earned, like from the Air Force time, including all taxes, I must have passed the first million, by now. And I'm like, what? Where the fuck is it? Yeah, like, how could I? Of course, half of it goes to taxes and blah 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 blah. I'm like,
good news.
It's not in clothes. Yeah, and now I have a new metric. Time to next million. Isn't that a cool metric? Like, maybe it took me.
What does it mean?
It took me now. I'm 36. I started working at 20. Like with the Air Force. It took me now 16 years to earn the first, like, overall, like all income included, revenue of $1 million. So, but I don't have many expenses. Most of it is taxes. How much time will it take to earn the second one? You know what I mean?
To earn as revenue, or
yes, as revenue. As revenue, like
from now on.
From now on, of course, it would be also interested, like, what would be the time to next net million and That's more interesting, I think. But I don't think it will take 16 years. Yeah, maybe it will take 8 or 4 years or something, something there. Yeah, but could you decrease The time in general, so you have an ever decreasing amount of time it takes for you to earn that significant amount of money, and then being so much more conscious about where this goes. Like I'm really pissed at myself that this money came in and went out. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to challenge. I like it, but I want to challenge this. There's the other point of view where we say there are the time millionaires. Yeah, so in our business as well, the coaching business is, for me, it's always like, okay, maybe we have 20 working days, 25 working days, or whatever a month. So for which days do I earn money, and for which days do I make my sales, my content, my whatever? And what are the days where I spend just time with myself, with my family, whatever I do? So I think in these days and with this kind of business, that's a really cool thing that we can decide, okay, today I make a day off because I need it for whatever reason without earning money, but I know that I will get it, we'll get it back next week. So that's something on the other hand. And what I like most is, after 1.5 years now, I'm on the point that I can earn more now than I need for my life. Like I said, my salary for what we need for living. And then I think a good question could be, what do I do with this money? Do I save this? Just having it on the bank account for bad times or something? Maybe there would be a lot of people who say, yeah, do this. I completely invest this in the company, in doing marketing stuff, in optimizing things. That's my way of doing my business. To me, and for me, it is completely right. Yeah, and it's there is no return on investment like investing back right now into this company. Like even hearing, like you're even being called a scammer if you say like I give you a 10% return on investment per year, like on the stock market. Yeah, you're already like you're in the scammer area. I would be so frustrated not to have a 10% return on investment between 8 and 12 o'clock in the morning. I would be like, what did I do wrong with my campaigns? Yeah, like, and so to me it's really crazy. But what I would still like to change now is to change the time for money equation. Yeah. That's what I meant with
into product product for money equation. Yeah. Then of course the million revenue is not much anymore because you have like lots, but it's more important about the million profit probably. Yeah, like not without your own income. Yeah, but to me part of the savings is making sure this is covered. Yeah, the taxes, the biggest
so if
cause of headaches.
If I open the offline mailbox at home, I don't open it because I fear a gray letter from the Finanzamt Köln Süd. Yeah. I really fear.
The worst ones are yellow.
I had the worst one, they weren't yellow. So I started my side business 5, 6, 7 years ago, and I did affiliate websites. We talked about this already. And end of last year, it was the end because I got a letter where they said, okay, we want to make a, not injection, how is it called? Steuerprüfung.
Yeah, a tax check, something
tax check for 2012. So we have 2018 now. For 2012, 2013, and 2014. And that were the years where I just doing my real trusted jobs job and did some business on the side. Yep. And that means I didn't do this, and it's wrong for sure. Yep. I didn't do this tax stuff really professional. Yep. And then I get this letter, and honestly, that was the end of my life. Because I said, okay, what should I do? Do I have to go to jail? What do I have to do? Really, that are the fears would come to my mind.
And it's just a check. Yeah,
it's just a check. But you have to open everything. Yeah. In 2017, 2018, you have no idea what you did in 2012.
No.
And you don't have any documentations. You have to call your bank, your old bank accounts, to give you all this
the records,
the records, the paper stuff, and you have to look in yourself to see what you're doing there. And I didn't have one bank account for my business because it was not a real business. It was mixed up with my private. It was a hell. I did it here in the Startplatz. I would say the first Steuerprüfung ever here in the Startplatz, in the small. I was here in your office one day with a
tax guy.
With a tax guy, yeah.
Shit.
And
I would say that is such a mental strain.
Be professional
with
this because they will fuck you up.
Yeah.
Be professional with this and take 40% just to have a number. Take 5% more, as in real. Take 40% of everything what you're getting.
What you pay yourself out of your company.
Bring it away, far away, that you don't see the money, that nobody can think of touching this money for something, because it is not your money, it's the money of our country.
I try to live off exactly half of what I pay myself. If I pay myself 10K, my expenses cannot exceed 5K. Yeah, because you need like a little bit. I need about 36% for taxes, and I need to save some money for the future. Yeah, like I don't do professional retirement plans or anything. Like
private future.
Just private future. Yeah, private I need to make sure that my family is safe, and just getting that in your mind that you cannot spend then more than half. That is so hard because you paid yourself the sweet 10K.
Yeah, like, you can do a lot of things with 10K.
Why can I only spend half? Yeah, like 5K. That used to be the living cost of 7 months during my study time. Now I have to put it on the side every fucking month. Mm-hmm. Like, how did that happen?
Yeah, what's happening there? I would say that's a point, and I would say so. 10K a month is a lot of money for, I would say, 98%.
Yes, of course,
or 99% of the people. So all good, yeah. But so my recommendation is, the best thing for me is, I don't want to see the money what is not mine.
Yeah.
So there is automation. There are some good things right now. So you said it's what was the name?
Number 26, the N26 bank.
N26 bank. I play around with a Kontist thing now. And there's just one. So it's a bank account for freelancers and entrepreneurs, and so targeted to them. And what I think a feature what's really cool is you can say, okay, for all invoices, what comes in, you can say 35%, 40%, they are...
Goes into a different account.
They go to a different account.
In a space on...
So that's the same like being an employee. You don't see the money what's not yours.
I swear you will spend it otherwise.
You will spend it. It's always there. You don't make the mass every day.
And you think next year I'm gonna earn more money anyways, like the last 5 years, so I can pay my tax bill with the new money, right?
That's a really hard problem. This kind of thinking, I have it in my mind.
What fucked me up recently, that I was switched from being only responsible to pay of the past, but to pay forward as well. So I had to pay forward and backwards at the same time.
Yeah, me too.
And I was like, how is this going to work? Yeah. So don't fall in that trap. Save the money you owe now. Don't think you can get it done in the future better, because markets can rise and fall. And we are pretty lucky that we have a pretty steady growth curve in our thing, which kept us from failing.
What kept us from failing. But if we talk about savings again, what happens, though that's a question of my father every month, what happens when in 6 months nobody needs you anymore because growth hacking is over?
Yeah.
we should think about this. Maybe it could happen, maybe not. I have no idea. But what happens then? And I would say, at least for a transformation period of 3 months or something, you should have maybe for at least 3 months a little bit of savings to survive with your family, with your life standard for 3 months.
For me, it's 6.
6 months?
My wife is very secure. Like she needs lots of security. Like we have agreed on 6 months, and that's tough. It takes
6 months.
It takes a long time to save that money. Even if you save a quarter of all your expenses, it takes a year to save up for replacing 6 months of normal expenses. Of course, you could say like, we could reduce our expenses in that time, but like it's fucking hard. It's really hard. So get this done. Even if you don't have a bank that supports it, just
put it away. Make
do it manually. Make it as a rule in your to-do app to put that money away, so and do your taxes right. Have it done by a professional. It does not cost. They save you more money than they cost anyways. And keep your burn rate in check, and the things you think you need. And the people around you. I'm so glad I have the wife I have. I mean, she likes the beautiful flat and everything we have, but she's not a spender. And picking as an entrepreneur a partner that is conscious, that can work with money, is really important to me. But you don't know that beforehand. Really.
That's right.
Do you want to add anything else?
Maybe there's a question for summing up. Is there a figure? Can we recommend a figure of what you get, how much you should save, or how much you should reinvest, or something? Could we say it like this? Yeah,
I know what you mean. So to me, like I said, like I want to spend 50% of what I earn. So 36% of that, like, or 35, like, go to the taxes.
Okay, let's make it.
15% is my number.
We get in 100,000 of incoming invoices. To say like this.
Yes.
So how would you split this up? A year.
So first of all, I have to ask, like, is it plus value-added tax? VAT, Mehrwertsteuer.
No, it's total. Without the 19%.
So that's my first step. I separate the 19% of this of this 100%. So
we have 81,000, right? Left.
Yeah, pretty much. So depending on where you start with the calculation, it would have been 119 to finish at 100. But never mind, around like the 80, 85 point. And then you need about 30% of for your like the corporate tax, Gewerbesteuer and Körperschaftsteuer. So I put those away, But
how much? 35%, something like this.
But I don't put it away because whenever I pay myself, I can subtract that from this number.
Okay.
I essentially only need to pay this corporate tax on the money I did not send to myself, or that I did not spend on employees. So that's a bit more relaxed. But the VAT, I'm not joking about that. I put that aside. You
have to pay it monthly, right? I have to pay it monthly.
I have to pay it monthly, and
so it's gone.
I get back what I get back. From when I pay myself, I put VAT on top of it, and I get that back as a company. Because I write myself invoices. But that is like nice to have. That is like, okay, when that comes back, that is nice to have. I don't have a VAT check and balance. Like I just put that away, the 20%. And then the rest, I only save what's left over. Like my bank account cannot really, the business side cannot dry up. But on the private side, that is more interesting. Now, let's assume we earned like 58K. I would give myself a salary of 10K, and then of 50K of those 85. have some left in the companies for it to grow and do stuff. That would be my numbers. How would it be?
Yeah, same. So I think what's really important is to get away the VAT stuff immediately, and then to say you pay your salary. So in my beginning phase, it was
your software as a service.
Yeah, it was everything.
Pay your office.
In my first year, it was everything.
Yeah.
So I paid everything out as a salary because we need this for a living.
Yeah.
Maybe wrong, maybe not. I have no idea, but it's the way we did. And for now, I would say there are 10-20% left, which I can do maybe for savings or something. But whereas totally say, okay, let's have a look what it is per month, and I reinvest it in doing marketing stuff, doing even more boot camps, or to do maybe one example for myself is doing a boot camp, hosting a boot camp in another country where nobody knows me, to say, okay, maybe I invest 1,500 euros in Facebook ads, and maybe with ticket selling I get the 1,500 back, but I don't earn money that day, but I have 20, so I have a lot of reach in this country. That's my way of investing in my growing, and that is really good working right now, or well working.
I could also recommend like having a spreadsheet where your monthly expenses are simply listed. Not the ideal ones, but the real ones. And
corporate expenses or private?
I have it for both. I have
it mixed up?
No.
Crazy.
No, not mixed. Not mixed. On two separate sheets. Yeah. So I know what runs out of the door every month. Yeah. And that's good.
I think that's a good recommendation. I do it always when we see it's going back, going bad. Then I start things like this. But I think it's good to do it like a journal. Monthly journal thing, to sit together just 1 or 2 hours and say, okay, that's the same like last month, that our fixed cost and what's going there. There's holiday, there comes washing machine. There always is coming something. So really important topic, because growing is good, but in the end, if this doesn't work out,
you're fucked.
You're fucked.
And you always ask yourself, like, if you earned 500k or something, where did it all go? Like, shouldn't you have 100k out of every 500k that you earned somewhere on a stack, like
would be 20%.
Invested in an apartment, like you do, and dang it. Just don't let too many years pass where you don't have that stacked away in a sensible investment. And you need to take sometimes money off the table from the business. Otherwise, the business will just reconsume everything.
Where would you save money for investing? Is it Bitcoin? Is it a flat, or is it a Tagesgeldkonto, or Apple shares, or whatever?
I would say the first 50 to 100k Tagesgeldkonto, like just a bank account.
A little bit. And it's easy start to have it.
And then opportunities will present themselves.
Okay, cool.
And see from there. And then it's too much individual advice there, and there are better people to talk about that.
Okay, cool. Hard topic for myself.
Yeah, for me too. I'm really curious what you are thinking about this. What resources you would recommend. I was looking for books on this topic a while ago, and there was so little on entrepreneurial personal finance. Everything is about normal employee finance and maybe negotiating your salary. But I found only 1 or 2 books which really did not excite me when I read the reviews about entrepreneurial finance. So if you have good articles, let us know.
Maybe I have an idea.
Hit me.
We should invite Ruth.
Ruth Kremer,
She's in this topic, right?
Yeah, she's
for startups,
like more like business finance. I'm curious if she's also in personal. Yeah, that would be a cool idea.
Yeah.
Hey Ruth, if you're listening, come by and
greetings
talk
to
us,
Bali. I saw on Instagram that you're in Bali right now.
For all the rest of us, go check out growthartic.com website, where you can find and subscribe to us on Spotify and SoundCloud and YouTube and iTunes and wherever else you like to spend your time with us.
Yes.
See you next
Cool.
time.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.